something so bad and terrible that you just want to murder someone. Like, you actually want to go out and strangle them, and just strangle a random person on the street because you're just so goddamn pissed off at what you had seen. Well, that's how I feel today. Because I just watched Bound for Glory. I was going to give it some good reviews. I mean, it wasn't the WrestleMania quality match. That's the matches that they had. It was supposed to be advertised like they said they always do, but I'm only going to rant about one match. Specifically the end of a match. And that would be the triple threat between Mr. Anderson, Kurt Angle, and Jeff Hardy. Now, before we get to this, earlier that night, RVD fought Abyss in a Monsters Ball match, and we were supposed to have this big reveal about who they were. For months now, we've been hearing everything about they. They are coming. They are going to change TNA forever. They want me to do this. And rumors have been running rampant about who the hell they are. Some people said it was Paul Heyman. Some people said it was Shane McMahon. Some people was even saying it was Vince McMahon going to buy them out. But no one was really for sure. But let me set the stage for you. The match itself, the title match itself was pretty good. I mean, it was getting good. Even though Jeff Hardy was pretty much sandbagging it, and it was mostly Anderson and Kurt doing most of the good stuff, because, you know, those two are the badasses. So anyway, Hardy gets laid out outside. Anderson and Angle are inside, and they're out cold from kicking each other or something. I can't remember. Then Eric Bischoff, or should I say Eric Bitchoff, comes to the ring with a chair. And he gets in and he looks like he's going to lay out Kurt Angle when he gets up. And then Hogan's music hits. And Hulk Hogan comes out on fucking crutches. The match was already good, and now these two old fucks decide they need to be on camera. They haven't been on camera enough. So they have to completely stop the flow of the match. So Hulk Hogan hobbles his old ass down to the ring, which takes about an hour and 15 minutes. And he threatens Eric Bischoff, who had thrown away the chair and pretty much wiped his hands clean. I'm innocent, Hulk. So he somehow hands him one of his crutches. And I looked at it again. He did hand him one of his fucking crutches. And so they threatened to hit each other. And like, oh my God, they're coming to blows. What's going to happen? Oh! And then Jeff Hardy gets in the ring. He tries to stop him. Hogan hands him one of his crutches. And it looks like each other gonna lay each other out. When suddenly, Anderson gets up, or at least, or it was Angle. One of the two got up, and Hardy lays him out with the crutch. And then Angle gets up, and he lays him out with the other crutch that Bischoff gives to him. Then he covers him. Then Eric picks up Brian Hebner, makes him count 1, 2, 3, kicking him in the ribs while he's doing it, and boom, Jeff Hardy's the champion. While everyone's wondering what's going on, Jeff Jarrett and Abyss come out. And if you haven't figured it out by now, let me just say it for you. Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, and Hulk Hogan are they. That's right, months of storyline and intrigue all develop into a rehash of the formation of the NWO. Why? What would possess them to do some shit like this? I mean, it's bad enough that they buried Kurt Angle's storyline, one of the best storylines they had going, of him climbing the top tens and saying, I won't lose until I get the title back, and if I lose, I retire. All that's down the window. That's out the window. For what? To make a druggie like Jeff Hardy, who had more drugs in his home than Pablo Escobar did in his home? Champion. The man up on drug charges is now the TNA World Champion. And it's bad enough that they did that to both Anderson and Angle. But if you think back on it earlier that night, to the handicap match, they did it to the Pope and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe most of all. Why? Why did you do that to Joe? What did Joe do to you? It's bad enough you had him doing that shitty main event mafia shit and that bullshit Nation of Violence tattoo on his face that he did with permanent marker. It's bad enough you had him kidnapped by ninjas one night, and then they had to get the fucking bad dudes because they're apparently bad enough to save Samoa Joe. But not only did they draw him and the Pope into this, they buried him. They buried Samoa Joe at Bound for Glory. Samoa Joe should have been in the title match. At the very least, he should have been the world champion by now. But no. Jeff Jarrett stepped over him to make himself look good. Why? Stupid. Samoa Joe doesn't deserve this. He has been one of the next to AJ Styles. He's considered the face of the company next to AJ Styles. And I fucking hate you, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. I don't blame you, Dixie. Dixie, you can't act for shit, but I don't blame you. I blame Hogan and Bischoff. It's bad enough they took the six-sided ring out because it wasn't real wrestling. Real wrestling happens in 4 sides, brother. It's bad enough that they put the X Division to the side like that. Oh, and it's bad enough that they turned the Knockouts into basically the Divas or the Beautiful People show. Because apparently TNA has forgotten that there are more women on the Knockouts rosters than the fucking Beautiful People. But now, this are Bound for Glory is this year is gonna be remembered as the year that TNA finally jumped the fucking shark. I can't even really express myself right now. I am so pissed off that I can't in words describe what I'm feeling. This is a company that I love. This is a company that I spent the better part of 5 years watching. This is a company that made me think there were alternatives to WWE. But no, this is bad. I mean, this is just bad. And even before people start saying, well, Ric Flair is there, he's old and whatnot, and no. Ric Flair, since he's got there, has been pushing the young talent. He was AJ Styles' mentor, and taught him how to be on the mic better, which he's gotten better. He got into a series of matches with Jay Lethal and pushed him to be a major superstar in the future, and he made fortune. Fortune is what Nexus could be. It's what Nexus isn't. It's 6 incredibly talented guys who all can wrestle, who can all cut great promos, and Flair is just there as the added topping. And Flair doesn't even need to be in that. Hasn't been in that many matches. He's only been in 1 or 2 as far as I can remember this year, and even if he's not even in the spotlight that much. But when he cuts a promo, he cuts a fucking promo because he loves this business, he loves this company, he loves the fans, and he loves the roster on TNA so much he created a stable of nothing but young guys to put it up. What did Hogan and Flair do? They brought in Scott Hall. And Bubba the fucking Love Sponge. Yeah. Bubba the Love Sponge. I'm not even gonna rant about him. I already don't like him. But it's bad enough. But now they've taken it to another level. Cause guess what? You see, this Thursday night, I know what's gonna happen. Flair and Bischoff are gonna come out first, hogging all the screen time, saying, "Ooh, we tricked you, brother. We were screwing everyone over. You had no idea." And then Hardy's gonna come out and talk about my creatures of the night. I'm emo. My name's Jeff Hardy. I'm fat, like my brother. I got glow-in-the-dark face paint. I do drugs. Look at me, I'm the champion. And not only does this Barry, Kurt Angle, Mr. Anderson, the Pope, and most of all, Samoa Joe, this also buries pretty much fortune because now they're not the top heel stable anymore. How can you have the top heel stable when the top heel stable is two guys who's writing the matches? I fucking hate you, Hulk Hogan. I hope the Iron Sheik sees this and he finds you. He takes you to the center of the ring, puts you in a fucking camel clutch, break your fucking back, and then fuck your ass, make you humble. And don't even get me started with you, Bischoff. You silverhead son of a bitch. You won't even want to know the things I'm thinking about you right now. I'd stomp your ass out, seriously. I'd give you a good old-fashioned Houston ass whooping. Fucking sucks. There's no good way to spin this. There's no good way. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff have fucked TNA right up the ass. They raped it more than Randy Orton rapes his opponents with an RKO. And I didn't even think that was possible. So right now, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch Impact. I don't even want to know if I want to watch Impact this week. This is the first time I've ever actually dreaded Impact in the last 5 years. Even with the Motor City Machine Guns and Generation Me and the Pope and a few other wrestlers that I love to watch, I'm not even sure that I want to watch it. It's just so bad now. I can't unsee that. It's like walking in on your parents having sex. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's going to remain in your head for the rest of your life. Regardless of whatever you do, whatever hypnotherapy you go under, how much you repress it, it's going to be there. And it's going to haunt your dreams, give you nightmares. And the only way to make it better, the only way to get rid of it is put a bullet in your head. And just hope that either heaven or hell is a better alternative than what you just saw. So what I'm going to do after this video, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to find a drug dealer and I'm going to have him sell me some coke. I'm going to do a couple of lines of coke and hope in my drug-addled stupor that somehow my mind comes up with a rational excuse for what I just saw, or at the very least I overdose, so I won't have to look at this shit no more. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. You ruined TNA for me. I hope you're happy.